So, I was just like kind of like listening around. When you were talking about where your name came from, I felt like mom come forward. So is your mom in spirit? Your mom is. Sometimes when every time, it's without question. Every time we talk about somebody, it brings their essence forward, their spirit forward.
Okay.
And so, I mean, we were talking about you, but obviously your mom birthed you,
Yeah.
so she was there.
Right.
She shows me when she just came, and she was like, she stands on your left hand side. Generally when a spirit will come forward, they do the same thing every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's almost like an entrance point where they like to be. So like she likes to be over your left shoulder.
Okay.
And you can talk to her anywhere. It's not like you have to be like, hey mom, but like that is like where she tends to come. And a little behind you, which also kind of shows me something about her. It shows me that she tended to be more like with the females in life, like feminine individual, like not like kind of a masculine person, but like feminine. But she likes to hang out with females too. And I do feel close to you. I feel tied to you. She says she like ties you up, like almost like bound. And she shows me 2 preemie babies. So when we were talking about you were a preemie, did she also have another preemie baby? Or was there one that was born that she would be speaking about? Because she says yours, and she keeps going like this to me. Is there 5 kids?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what she's doing. She says it's all I could handle it. They're a handful, is how she puts it. And it's 5 kids, 5 young.
Right.
So she's got a bit of humor in there as well. But she, and she's kind of a loud person. She wants to be heard. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't shy away from people. She likes to, she's got a voice and she wants to be heard. Okay. Opinionated, I guess, is the real way I want to say things. But she shows me 2 preemie babies. Now, we were talking about you being a preemie. Did she have a grandchild that was also preemie? Another preemie baby, boy child? No. Look how big he got, is how she says it. So like, I don't know if it's preemie or what she's trying to show me. Let's just work through this. But like, she's showing me a baby boy, and then you. Is this your child? No. Is this your grandchild? No. She has beautiful handwriting. Great, she says. Great grandchild. Okay. Boy. And then she says, look how big he got, is what she says. And then I get chills all over my body, which is identifying that he's over there with her. So there is she's singing, macho man, I wanna be a macho man. And then she shows me this macho man with her. Right. Look how big he got. Does she have a great with her? Like a great grandchild? Right. Boy? Mm-hmm. She goes like this to his face. He's handsome. He's like, young though. Old enough to grow hair. And then he chuckles, and they're laughing about not good hair though. It's like doesn't come in right kind of thing. And they're laughing and joking about. They're just laughing and joking together. And she puts her arm through his and like rubs his muscles. Yeah. And she keeps like pushing him forward. I think this is her way of like telling you that they're together is really how it is. Now, did she pass before he passed? Mm-hmm. Because he shows me like he knows her. And he was quite young when he passed, and like he didn't have a lot of people on the other side. And he says, I recognized her, right away. And I feel like she's trying to feed him right away. So she's a feeder, your mom. She liked to, that was how she showed love, was let me feed you, let me make you something. And she says, she hands me, like, she shows carrots for whatever reason, like all these like beautiful carrots. And she like, I don't understand the point of that. Did she have a garden? Did she like to garden, Mom?
No.
It didn't really feel like that. I think she's making him like rabbit food, like
No.
healthy things
Yeah.
or something.
Right.
And she just shows like all these carrots. I think it's just a healthy food. But she just loves him. Was he a preemie when he was born?
I don't think so. He was like a miracle baby.
That's kind of the feeling it was, because you were two. Like, that's how she feels about you.
Yeah.
And it was these two, like, significant, like, that's how she's showing it. Like, birth was difficult in some way. Like, that's
right.
that's the point. And there is, so she's also the one who kind of came in here with like a big cross, center of life, Christianity, Jesus, basically. Did she work for the church in some way, or do you?
No.
Do you know somebody who may have over there, like worked for the church or here? I'm not sure how she's bringing it up, but she's talking about like working for the church.
Yeah. I mean, she was involved with the church, but never, I mean, she'd do, some volunteer stuff. And she was extremely close to the preachers that, were there here and there.
It feels like a huge portion of her life. Like Christianity was like, how like, and I keep seeing it, like, how it's like God, family, friends, that was her in a nutshell. It was like she put God first through everything. And she says, without him, how would we get through?
Right.
And she is bringing that same sentiment to you. She says now and always. It's things aren't easy. Life isn't easy. But she's like, with God, you can get through. With God, you can do anything. So it's, again, kind of pushing that, like, the faith aspect to you. You can get through anything. You can get through anything. And so before you even came, I wrote down emotional field takes over. And she's bringing this kind of back in as well. So she hangs out with you a lot. She's over your left-hand shoulder. Did she keep journals or like have written stuff that you have now? Her writing, she literally writes things out, like for me. Like I can see her writing for some reason.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that she had to do journaling. But when people show me that, what that's significant of is like she has a really good ability to be able to communicate via clairaudience. Clairaudience is the ability to like hear spirit, and people who hear, you hear, you have the ability to hear spirit. She says, I've called out to her, and you've like actually heard her. I don't know if you heard her in her voice or it was just you recognized her as that's Mom. And she says it comes through occasionally, but she's always in your head. It's like the different things that pop up in your mind where it's like, oh, that was something Mom would love, or it feels like memories. It sounds like hearing. It's very hard to describe, but like it is, it's clairaudience. It's the ability to be able to hear things. But people who are clairaudient, it's like a knowing, like I just know stuff sometimes. She talks to you a lot.
Yeah. And
so when that happens, it's probably your superpower. So when it comes to spirit, like everybody has like a way in that's better than the other ones, the other senses, like a better sense. And your better sense is hearing. So people who can hear, a great way to work with spirit is take a notebook, and you would write at the top of the notebook, what does Mom have to tell me today, if that is who you wish to communicate with.
Right.
You take a deep breath, you invite her in, Mom, please come with me and write with me today. And then you just allow yourself, you allow her to blend with your consciousness, and you'll hear things, and you'll just write down what you're thinking, what you're hearing, what you're coming up with in your brain. Just write. If you have a question, write it down. state it to her basically, and then wait for the response. Don't judge yourself when you're doing it. Don't watch what you're writing. Don't care about any of that. Just surrender to the process, and just write what you think. You can't do it wrong. It's just between you and her. So she wants you to do that. Because she is literally like writing things out for me, and she has beautiful script. So when you do that, the more you do this, the better you are going to get at blending consciousness to consciousness. And that's all it is. Like, they're not taking you over or anything fearful. It is literally just a blending of consciousnesses. She is around, like, she smells floral. I see flowers everywhere, very feminine feelings with her. But a lot of like lilies for whatever reason. Sometimes they can be a favorite flower, honestly, but I also oftentimes see things, flowers with people's like births or deaths. And the lily represents Easter. Is there a significance of Easter around, like, for her with birth or death? Or literally June, because that's when lilies come up.
Yeah.
If you can remember her birth or death being...
Yeah, I had a brother born in June.
But it wasn't specific to her, like, birth or death being, like, around Easter time or June?
No, I can't. I'm trying to think if,
She says it was summer, so it wasn't death anyway, because she says she died in the summer. I don't know. I see lilies, I smell them, I smell flowers, so like that could also be a connection with your mom of like what you smell when she's around. Maybe she wore a perfume that had like a floral scent to it or something, but I smell flowers. Yes, she wanted to communicate and let you know that you can hear her and that was her, and that when that happens. So keep working with it, because then you can talk to anybody, literally, just by blending consciousnesses. She shows me, do you like shopping online quite a bit, or do you work online, or both?
Oh yeah.
So she's also showing me like going over your shoulder, looking at your computer screen, or your phone or whatever it is. It's always electronic, she says.
Yeah.
And she likes to shop, I think, too. So she's shopping with you, and then she keeps showing me the Amazon smile boxes like showing up at your door, and she's like kind of like laughing about it. But then she's showing me like bigger items being sent to your house. So are you like redoing something right now in your house? Like it feels like out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah. Pretty much. I've done a lot with flowers in the front. See, I lived in her mobile home. She passed. We moved in, and so we remodeled it.
No wonder she's doing
that. And so now I just bought 2 large, and they're on the porch right now. They just got a big box like this.
Yeah.
It's got 2 chairs in it, swivel rocking chairs.
Yep, that's what I wanted it to be. And it was chairs, like for outdoor kind of things. It reminds me like of my mom. Are they metal by chance?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you got them out of the box, and you're like, are these gonna like hold us? Like these look cheap. It didn't look like this like on the thing. Yeah. And so she's like connecting with your brain basically. Okay. Like she knows what you're thinking. Yeah. And she says, she goes, and then your dad must be there too, because I just heard like more of a masculine energy come in. There's somebody also named Bob. There's several Bobs actually. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So your dad, is he an R named man?
A what?
R?
Mm-mm.
Do you know who Ron would be?
Mm-hmm.
Dead?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell you this, but names alive or dead, I can't tell the difference. So yeah. Ron, that's not dad though. That's not your dad.
No.
What's your father's name?
Joe.
Joe. Okay. He's not. Okay, that's him. Did he have a mustache?
No, I mean he did, here and there, but not just occasionally when he was younger.
Did he die from issues from his breathing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's him. He looks to be around 30 years old. I know that's weird. I know that's not when he died. Sometimes people do that, it's when they had like kind of a really rough passing sometimes, that they often, or they just didn't want to be old. It's like, I don't want to be old.
Yeah.
And I see sometimes that happens. They turn the same age as Jesus when they die. Oftentimes that happens. It's like their prime self when they felt the best of any age.
Right.
33 years old.
Yeah.
So he does show up younger than he is, and I feel like he's got a little tight mustache on him.
Yeah.
So he pops in here. When he smiles, his eyes disappear. They get real tight and small. Yeah. He's a bit, he makes me a little anxious. Like he's a fart in a windstorm that like doesn't sit real good. He would be the leg jiggler. He would be like a pacer, like a fiddle farting around. I got to work with something all the time. Like that type of energy is what he makes me full of energy. Actually, is how he makes me feel. A catalyst. Like he's kind of pushy individual. I want you to do this. He was definitely dad in the scenario, but like I need you to do this. Delegating things. Like I need you to be a good worker. I need you to do this. He's very good at delegating. He feels like a leader in his job. So like fuel smells is what I also keep sniffing around. Was he a labor, blue collar worker, factory, chemicals everywhere, had to wear masks, like Darth Vader masks, because it was bad chemicals. Breathed him in. Like his job, his environment created his issues in his lungs. Partially, he says. Did he smoke too? Yeah. He says the other portion was the smoking. Yeah. He drank beer, I think, too, because I wanted Blue Ribbon in my hand all of a sudden. And he misses that flavor. He wasn't an alcoholic. It was like he goes, eh. So maybe he was to a degree. And he wants that beer. And he says he gets it. And I said, you get it? He says, yeah. And I said, what do you mean? And he shows me. So when spirit passes, whatever they really enjoyed in life, they can still enjoy through us. So it's that blending. It's that conscious blending. So like say he enjoyed alcohol. So he would then hang out with people who also in the living who like to drink. Right. And I feel like that he gets that, and he shows it to me. Two people he can come to at any given point and have his drinks. Yeah. And I do feel it's family related. So it might be like his sons. He said one is. So there's two male individuals that may have some drinking problems or enjoy it a little too much in the living, and he connects with them, and he will vicariously get drunk through them. And that is normal. That's why I can't go to bars, actually. Because they whatever you're into. Like I'm a cigarette smoker, and my dad will continuously, like I can feel him. I'm like, here, have a hit. But they do that. So he's stating that he does that, and he shows me. Though the work thing was a significant, it was like, I don't know if it was before OSHA or like something like that, but like he did take in stuff from that. Right. But he did enjoy the job. He says good pay, and he says I was able to like bring home the bacon for my family, and for him that was everything. That was a big deal. And your mom hated that he drank all the time. She says you can't fix somebody. That's it. You can't fix somebody. They got to kind of come in like stable and sound. She says, I've learned you can't fix anyone. And then she grabs your hand and she says, but you understand that. Do you understand what she may be talking about, like, with that? Because it feels like she's saying, like, you're trying to fix someone in life, like, in your life now, but, like, you can't fix them. Like, they are who they are. Right. The only thing you can control is you in this lifetime. And that's hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you married?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's maybe talking about your husband because she keeps like bringing like side by side, and you maybe keep trying to fix him, but like he is who he is, and like it isn't your job to do that. It's his job to do that. He needs to do the fixing, and then she shows me deep like worry. Associated with that as well. Is there something going on with like his health or something that you're like, do it? Like he's not listening to the doctors. He's not listening to this is what you need to do to be able to get to here, but you're not doing it.
Right.
And it's driving you crazy because you love him. You don't want to see anything wayward happen. And, the doctors are saying, like, hey, if you don't take care of this, this is where this is going.
Right.
And she's like, I'm with you. She's like, but literally, you can only control you. So you can't control him. You can't make him do anything. She says, so maybe if you control you, it feels like I need to change like my diet. I need to change like what's going into my body. So I don't know if he needs to quit something, like maybe he's a smoker and needs to stop smoking or whatever it is.
Right.
But it's also like what I'm putting into my body. So like if you change, maybe he will change. Mm-hmm. So maybe if you change the way that you eat and what you buy and what all of that, then it would maybe help him as well. And then she shows like blood testing. Is that for you or for him?
I will be having blood testing coming up here as soon as it may be ordered already. I don't know.
So you got it coming up.
Yeah, and plus my husband, he's trying to think when he had blood last time, but he's having issues, big time.
With his cardiovascular system?
That and other, he has, I think, dementia coming in.
It runs in his family?
I'm not sure if his mom had it or not. I think she did at the end.
I think her grandma did. Mary? Do you know who Mary is?
That doesn't ring a bell.
I think it might be on his side. So, and then for you, I keep wanting to, like, my belly. Do you have diabetes?
No.
I'm not sure what it is, but I keep wanting to rub my belly. It's nothing serious. It's almost like diet related. Like and it is for him too, honestly. So like, I feel like a diet change, like an overall kind of sucky change that neither one of you want to do. 'Cause food is life, right?
Right.
But your mom is very much always around, especially when it comes to health and family, like, it's her world. That's right. Like how that's what she gravitated around in here. She says you let her know how proud I am of her. And she really is. Did you take care of her too? Like at her when she was like too old to care for herself?
Yeah. She was pretty sick for I don't know, probably the last on and off 10 years or so.
She says the last 2 years was the worst.
Yeah.
But she's like it was one thing after another. It was but she lived to be quite old. Was she in her 80s? Did she make it to 80?
Yeah.
Yeah. She just shows me that it was one thing after another. It's like she would get well again and then it would just be something else and something else. And she hated that because she's a goer. Like she likes to go. Like don't hold a good girl down is how she puts it. And she's got all these suitcases everywhere. Like she liked to travel, I assume, is what she's showing me. And so I just literally got back from the Keys and like I keep seeing that. So did she go down to maybe Florida or the Keys?
Yep. Every year.
Take you with me. She says. So like you got to go a lot too.
Yep. we did a lot of. I have a sister that lives in Florida, so
Still go down?
yeah.
Were you supposed to this summer go?
My husband and we go there in the wintertime.
Okay. Did you not go though this past winter?
No, we did.
You did.
Yeah.
So they talked about trip/kids change or canceled. Did you have like a trip with like your family or something that had to be canceled?
No, we had a family trip and we had a couple family members not be able to go. Trying to think of there was an incident. I can't think of any,
It was, I think that was her too when she came in earlier. I kept seeing a trip with the kids, so like family trip.
Right.
And then like there was a change or a cancellation. It could be just a few of them, but like she was aware of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was again health related because she's like the nurse on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like kind of back and forth between those who didn't come in and where you guys were. And it feels tropical again, like ocean related, and then maybe not Florida, but like I want to be south.
Yeah.
And she loves that, the smell of the ocean, the sand in between her feet. I don't think she really particularly loves to swim very much, but it's like she likes to be by it.
Right.
And she shares like pictures of it. I keep seeing Destin. Is that like a specific place that you guys have been to in Florida?
That is close to where we would go.
Okay, I've never been there, but that's like the word is coming up in my head. And then she shows me this photograph of the ocean, and I don't know if it's sunset or sunrise, but it's very beautiful. And then she shows me a book, and like I'm looking through old photos of vacations, basically, is how she's showing it to me. And then she slides those books over to you. So she must have like. And she's showing them like over like a bunch of them. So like putting together picture books of the family, she says, like baby books and like your, those old ones that you have the film and you those kind. And she hands them over to you. So like when you now have her home, do you have all of the old photo books as well?
Yeah, she didn't so much have photo books. Well, I guess maybe back in the day.
Did you start putting things together though, like of it?
No.
Or a family member in general? Okay, because she's showing me like I have all these pictures scatter ragged, and they're all so nicely put into things and made whole again. So if that's like one of your siblings or whatever that did that, that's what she's talking about.
Okay.
And she says it was so neat to see, is what she's saying, because literally our verbalization brings our loved ones to us. So you talked about your birth, that immediately brought your mom. So when you go through pictures and you start regaling memories and stories and all that, then everybody you're talking about gathers around you. And that's what was happening when your sister probably, I think, because she showed me a woman, went through all these pictures and did that. It was regaling of memories and everything. And so that pulls everybody in. So she just finds that really cool. Harry? Do you know a Harry alive or dead?
I do.
Is he alive or dead?
Dead.
Jokey kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very pleasant, like he's like he called you like honeybee or something like that, like very congenial, very like sweet, handsome. He's older, 80s I would say, from looking at him. He's like it's something going on with his heart or his chest area. He says amongst other things is what he says.
Yeah.
Not walking very good. He's showing me like his hip area, like the lower. He was old. But he's with your mom. She says, oh, okay, so when I was a kid, I slept with my parents until I was 13 years old because I could hear people. And sometimes it sounds like a radio on 6 different stations, like you're in a busy space, but you're not, but like your head feels that way.
Yeah.
And you can't really pick out one particular conversation. It just feels like you're in like a crowded mall or something. Can't pick out one particular thing. Well, that's what would happen when I was a kid. And since you have clairaudience, that probably happens to you sometimes. Where it just feels like there's a lot of things happening around.
Yeah.
It's loud and there's nothing happening.
Right.
But when that would happen, I would see a group of card players in my bedroom where it was a bunch of like old people playing cards, and I could hear their conversations. That's what I feel is happening right now, where I see like your mom and this hairy guy who actually does have a lot of hair and your dad, and there's like a group of them, somebody named Ruth, like all sitting at the table playing card games. And they do that still to this day a lot. Yeah. And there's some man playing solitaire. That's Harry. So he enjoyed just cards in general, even without people. But he feels like he knows and loves you very much. It's almost like not my daughter, but kind of my daughter.
Right.
Like in that feeling, he tastes like ice cream, vanilla. And I feel like he wants to share that with you as well.
Yeah.
And he's saying you're a good kid. You're a good kid. So now, I'm not sure if this is him or not. Would you recognize somebody who would have been into like old classic cars, car shows, maybe racing? Because I see the wheels peeling out on the back.
Like current or?
I think this man is passed.
Mm.
I think that might be Bob. Do you have a lot of Bobs on the other side? Like with the name Bob?
I have an Uncle Bob who has passed. 2 uncles named Bob.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can.
So I want 4 of them. So this can be like alive or dead though. So but they're showing me namesake. So it would be Big Bob, Little Bob, Big Bob, Little Bob. 2 different sides of the families, possibly friends, but like one family for sure with the uncles. But there's more Bobs. There's a boatload of Bobs. So when I get the boats of whatever name, it just means there's a lot of them. And usually it has like a namesake aspect of it. But when I am being pulled towards this particular Bob that wants to come forward, he is like something about classic cars. They have to use my brain. So, and my memories, honestly, like my growing up, my stuff in here. And my family was all about old cars. So like we all had one.
Yeah.
And he's showing me like old classic cars for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. He
He is not old though. Like this, I would say 40s maybe, looking good. He has a beard. He's kind of a darker, shorter, pudgier man. He calls it his like donut roll or something like that. Like he's got a tube in the middle. And honestly, I feel like that may have like been part of his health issues, and like how he passed. And there is this you too, Bob? So again, they have to use my brain, and my family is incredibly musical. My son is a recording producer, bass player. My husband's in a band. They're both in a band. Like, it's all about music in our family. So I kept hearing, like my son's in my son's room, he's boom, 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 boom. It's a bass. It's that sound. And so I was drawing these like musical notes and the boom, 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 boom sound.
Yeah.
I think that might be Bob. Does any of this make sense to you?
Not really. I mean, my Uncle Bob's has a son named Mike, and they got a son named Bob. And, they were always into theater and musicals, and stuff like that. And that Bob was really big, but he was never into cars. He was more...
Is there a band member? I got a band.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
It's kind of I think he passed from cardiovascular issues. Like, I think he had like a massive coronary.
Well, I think he did, like in the hospital. He was waiting to leave or to get picked up to go home, and then he passed.
How old was that, Bob?
He was probably in his 50s.
This feels like a widowmaker, like where you don't, everything seems to be good, everything's all right. I'm not sure, but I think his name is Bob, Robert Bob. But he's a bigger dude, but he looks young.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'd say younger than 50. The music is the thing, though, and he's got tattoos.
Oh, okay. I know who that is. It's my daughter's boyfriend that passed away.
Oh, is his name Bob?
Robert.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
He called you Mama D.
Probably.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he was in a band and he played the guitar. He just got a new bass guitar before he passed. And he was heavy, and they said he died from hardening of the arteries.
Yeah, it's totally as bad. I mean, you can look at him and know, like, ooh, buddy. Yeah. He had fun. He had a lot of fun in life. What's your daughter's name?
Jamie.
If you could pass along a message, if you feel you can, if you don't want to, it's perfectly fine. But he shares with me that he waited a long time for someone. And like when he starts talking about like his love life, like he chokes up in the throat and it feels like I got a stone stuck in my throat. Meaning that it mattered way more to him than he let on. He had a hard time with relationships of like someone loving him for who he is, how he is, donut roll and all, he says. But he's a fun-loving, fun guy.
Yeah.
And like he really needed her, and he's very grateful for the time that they had together. Is how that feels.
Mm-hmm.
Now they were together when he passed,
Mm-hmm.
because he said. Because I feel like it was kind of out of nowhere. It was like, oh yeah, he's here, but then it was a shock. It was shocking. Like, oh, you can make it, it'll be okay, and then it just wasn't. And I feel like he tried. He tried to stay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like clinging on. And he said, you know, she was there for me, and he just wants her to know that he loves her. It feels like a short relationship, but incredibly meaningful for him. And he had been praying for that, wanting to feel love in his life. And he says, and she allowed me to do that. He didn't have that for so long. It was really all he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And he got it before he died. And he says, and it made all the difference. He says, love is like really the only thing that matters. And she's now with someone else. And he says, like thumbs upping it. I see him as little sparkles of white light, like very corner of the eye, kind of like a sparkle of white gold light. I think she may see things that way. She may not even, she just may overlook that completely, thinking that's just something her eyes do.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's how he shows up. So like a sparkle of this gold white light. But he is stating that she is dating someone. And has it gotten serious though?
Oh, not yet. It just kind of started. She was with some creep, and But with this other person, she just says he's just a friend, but he's kind of come in and taken care of her, which, you know.
I keep wanting to put a ring on my finger. So he says, yeah, that last one, he like, it was like I want to jab his eyeballs out for some reason. So I don't think he was the one.
Yeah.
But this new one feels better. And he does show that might lead to an engagement, but that's up to her whether she, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's kind of like quick on the draw, this new one, where it's like, I found someone, this is it, like next thing, like build. He's a builder, he wants to build something. But he likes him anyway. And he says not that she has to have my approval. But he does care about her a lot and wants to see her happy in life. And he says like he's pushing for her love as well.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side. So if you wouldn't mind sharing that with her,
I will.
He would really like to tell her that, because it was a great loss for her. It doesn't feel like they were together as long, like very long either.
Right.
It was like just long enough to fall in love.
Yeah. That's
very sad. I'm sorry for her, but he says, you know, he goes, life goes on. He says, and then I feel like there's recordings of music for her, and like she'll listen to these recordings. I think it's him.
Yeah.
It's like their band or something. Like it's a whole group of them.
Yeah.
And he says they've been struggling. I don't know if they're together anymore. It's like, you know, when someone dies, it's hard to be a band.
Yeah.
So, and he was the glue. Bass players are. And he loves those men, his own men. Very much. They've been a huge portion of his life forever.
Yep.
I feel like they might have went on tour at one point for a short time too.
Yeah, I don't know if they did or not, but
Feels like a local thing.
Yeah, they were close.
Yeah. So he's around, along with your other boat of Bob's.
Yeah.
And the young man, the macho man. He's sitting over here. I think there's a bee-named dog, too. I'm gonna get the name wrong. I wanted to call it like Bowser or Bow Wow, or like a dog with the Bow Wow. I don't know why. But there's a dog, several of them. They're all small, and 3 dogs, and him. And he's like over here right now, and he stays a little farther away from your energy field. I think he does this on purpose. You're susceptible. You can feel things. You're empathic. You're compassionate. So like energy to you, you feel. You understand it. It's natural for you. But when he gets around you, get sad. You immediately, your eyes well up. Your heart feels like it's breaking. That is how you know he's around. I know it sucks. My grandma was my person, and she passed. And when she passed, every time she came around, my heart would literally break. And then, grief, immediate grief. And I'm like, man, Grandma, are you going to keep doing this every time you come around? Because this hurts. And she says, if you didn't know unconditional love, then you wouldn't know the feeling of pain when it's gone. Mm-hmm. And she says it's like 2 sides of the same coin. And you can't love without pain. And she says, you're just thinking about it wrong. And I said, well, how should I think about it? And she says, you think of it like the Grinch's heart. When you feel that pain, you know he's around. So then you, in your mind, imagine your heart, or like the imagery of a heart. And you boop, 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 and you make it bigger in your mind. Make a heart like the Grinch's heart, how on the movie it's like it grows 10 times bigger. Imagine that. Imagine your heart growing bigger, because when you do that, then it changes loss to love. and you're exuding love. And when you exude love, he can blend with you better, and it won't be in a state of loss. It will be in a state of love. So it's about how you think. So next time you're just randomly going about life, and all of a sudden you were not even thinking about him, and all of a sudden your heart breaks and you get the stone in your throat and your eyes want to water, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not loss, it's love. It means he loves you enough to come around, right, and tap into your heart, to your love space. And but he says it's just not been long enough. Meaning like there's a grief period. It takes as long as it takes. There is no like marked time, like, hey, you got to be done with this now. He says not a year yet, not yet a year, something about that. So this must be kind of a sooner, like it hasn't been long since he passed.
It'll be it's been 10 months.
Oh, okay, so not yet a year. It takes as long as there's not like because the year marker happens that it's better. It takes as long as it takes. So be patient with you. Be patient with like his loved ones. He was very loved. He knows it too. He's like kind of like a golden boy in a way. Like I don't feel like he did anything wrong. He was on the up and up. He was loyal, he was brave, he's funny, he's all the everything. Like he didn't really make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Very determined, like very calculated, driven, competitive air to him. Like if I do this, then this will happen. He knows like if I do this, this will happen. Like he's cautious even. And he says, well, sort of. And I said, what do you mean? And he's talking about, like any young man would do, kind of like wanting to see where his powers are. Like he's a strong man is what this feels like, macho man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a big dude too, because I keep like wanting to like make my like walk around like this. So he waddles in a way. I don't know if it's the way his body's built, but like I feel like I'm walking like this.
Yeah.
And he like pushed his limits on things. He wanted to see what his body was capable of. So like I keep wanting to like water ski and like just what young men do, ride bikes.
Mm-hmm.
He hear vroom vroom vroom. Maybe you should have tabled that one, is what he says, and then he winks. That's how he passed, huh? On a bike. He keeps repeating, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. He's talking to somebody. Like when that happened, he was with someone, another man. He said, he's mine. And he kept saying, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Who was the man he was with, older than he? He said, mine.
His father.
Were they riding on the same bike?
No, they each had their own.
And they both got hit? Goes fucking dumbass. That's his words. He shows me, it was like a slow motion thing. Like it came out of nowhere. It was just like they're driving along and just boom. It's like T-boning them, like from the side. and like both scattered, like one hit the other or something, and like it was just this random crap happening, and he knew he was bad off, and he kept saying it's okay, it's okay, it's okay to his dad. And I don't know if they were life flighted out or something, but I feel like I'm like floating. And he all banged up. You know those movies where like you're in, like you got your leg up, it's like cast, like a whole body cast. Like that's what he shows his dad having. And he says, I was aware of what was happening for a while, but I feel like he died from injuries later, is the feeling. But he got a little time to be able to communicate. And I think his mom is what he's showing me, like coming to like hold him, like cuddled with him, like didn't want to hurt him, but like very cautious. And did you end up going up to the hospital to see him too?
Yeah.
Because he loves your voice. Did you used to read to him a lot when he was a kid? Like, did he stay the night at your house quite a bit?
Well, there was a period of time when his parents working and one going to school, and we had him, but he was like 2 at that time. And then, I don't know, there was good.
He's sharing with me like that you're kind of like a double mom, that like that's how he feels about you. And I feel like you got a lot of time with him, and he shows me as a child, and he loves your voice is very soothing to him, and it feels like when he's about to go to sleep, like you might be singing to him or reading to him or just talking in general, that he finds your voice incredibly soothing. And I feel like he's showing you coming to the hospital, and it's like he was aware. I don't think he talked, but like I feel like he was aware of everything that was happening. And I feel like you're touching him, you're holding his like head, you're talking to him, and he says your voice was very comforting to me, and he says I love you too. Basically that's what you were saying to him.
Yeah.
He is an emotional individual. He's a lover. I'd have him as a fighter right the way he looks, but like he's not at all. He's an absolute lover. And I think he had a girlfriend too. He says, he goes like that. I don't know if there was 2 of them. But siblings, 2 siblings.
Step, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He and then he shares that his dad did not pass. So are you dad's side then? Are you his dad's mom or his mom's mom?
I'm stepmom to dad.
Stepmom to dad. Okay. And he says, Dad made it. Dad made it. There's so much like.
Can I take this real quick? I'm
Sure.
sorry. Hello? Hello?
Is Gary supposed to be going to the building behind?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
You said it was behind the Sunday station, so I didn't believe him. I wanted to make sure before I drove away.
Yeah, it's at the medical building.
Behind the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Are you on your way back?
No, I'm still here.
All right. I told him to call me.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Sorry, I had to find someone to take my husband to his doctor's appointment.
Your mom said that was talking about that.
Yeah.
He's talking then about his dad, and he talked about how no fault dad. So he just holds it like it's his fault, and it's not. It's just a crap happening.
Right.
And he's like, he very much rallied for his dad on the other side. He says, I sent like basically any angel that would help rehabilitate him. And I still don't feel like he's 100% like with like his body and like what happened with all of that. And then there's a stomach thing on top of it that's been occurring, and he says that has guilt all over it. It's like he feels guilty, and he's like, no guilt, no fault, Dad. That the belly stuff will go away when he stops blaming himself. He's the protector though, right? And dads have to protect, and that's not the case. Like, how could he have protected his kid from that? Like, right. You can't. It's just a crap happening. And he says, I love them so much. He's kind of like putting an overall, love blanket on people. And he's promoting healing. Like, I don't know, but I kind of feel like he was like really into like the body. He reminds me of like somebody who would have enjoyed like sports therapy kind of stuff, or like what do they call it, like sports rehab. Like, he understands how each muscle works. He makes noise sometimes in the homes, like how you would know it. It sounds like, it's odd, but it sounds like, white noise on a TV, how it's like, it sounds like that when he comes through. It's like static. He gives me chills when he comes around. So it's like full body chills. In spirit, it's like one or the other. It's like you're a warm body or a cold body. And like the cold, they'll give you chills, and then other times others would be like touch in on your energy and make you completely warm. He's chills. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just a way to know who's around. And he is really good at going into dream states. So, like dreams, I think I had a dream about him. Unless, do you have somebody who is a truck driver in your spirit people?
Yeah, I did.
Who's that?
That was Uncle Bob.
That was one of the boat of Bobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a Bob that was a truck driver too. My Uncle Bob was a truck driver. But anyway, this morning, I don't usually remember my dreams, and if I remember them, it usually has something to do with the reading that I'm about to have. And you're the first reading of the day, and last night, or this morning, I kept dreaming about semis. Like, all over and over. It was like a bunch of different scenarios with semis. And I'm like, that's really strange. So I knew somebody was going to come through with semis today. And that must be your Uncle Bob. But your grandson there is also very capable of coming in through dream states too. So have you had a dream that included him yet since he's been passed?
I can't remember. I don't know if I have. Because I always think to myself, it was so weird that I don't feel anything from my mom. I don't feel like I dreamt about her.
You hear her. You hear her. He's the one who would communicate more so in the dream state.
Yeah.
And he does that kind of with everybody. That's the way that it's the easiest way, honestly, for spirit to be able to communicate. And being that he's so young to the spirit world, that's absolutely normal. So that would include like his dad, his siblings, his everybody. That's how he communicates right now. And he says like tattoo is what he keeps saying.
Yeah.
And like I want to like jiggle my arm, so something on somebody's arm. And he goes like this. So I don't know what that means, but he like goes towards his face like I don't know. Did somebody get a face tattoo?
His?
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad has tattoo, I think, on his thigh of Tristan, and his stepmom got one, in his honor. But both of them, mom and stepmom, are both tattooed.
Yeah. He wants to thank everybody for doing that. I love you, Grandma.
Love you too, buddy.
Did he have like a thing you wore around his neck all the time? Like a necklace?
Yeah.
And that was given to somebody?
Since he passed. I think his dad has it.
Okay. I want to wear it. Whoever's got it, like, he wants him to wear it. I don't know if it's a cross or something, but, like, it feels significant. Like, it has his energy on it. It's probably the one thing that has the most energy out of anything he owns on it.
Well, I know that was one thing they were looking for, because Tristan lived with us. He was, so when his dad came, you know, to go through some stuff, they were specifically looking for that necklace. Because I think his dad got it for him, but I'm not 100% sure, but.
It feels like it's got his energy on it, like he wore it a lot. He's got, like, these, like, cut-off shirts that look like jerseys or something. People taking his shirts, is what he says.
Yeah, there was, well, I was going through them because I wanted to make one of those blankets, but, you know, his girlfriend went through, and I don't know what she took, but I know my daughter took a shirt from him, and
He likes that.
yeah, so Grandpa wears a shirt that he had. So, yeah.
He's also talking about the music at his memorial. Was he cremated?
No.
There's, like, smoke. Did they end up doing like a memorial, like a party for him? It's like after everything's done, it was like a party. It reminds me of like kind of a backyard barbecue, or like I smell fire
No, there wasn't any.
and smoke. Fire and smoke.
Fire and smoke.
Nobody's like, nothing, no fire happened after he passed or anything like that. I don't know what the fire and smoke thing is that he's showing me, but he's showing me like the funeral and how many people were there. He's very loved.
Yes,
He wants you to make him meat.
What's that?
He wants you to make him meat, like pork chops or something. Like, I don't know what it is exactly. It's like a chunk of meat.
Yeah.
He wants you to make him meat. And then he's kind of all over the place. He's just sharing memories basically with me. I think he was basically at his funeral, and didn't have anything in place, like you don't at that age. He says you made it happen. You and do they call Grandpa? Did he call your husband Grandpa or like Pops?
Grandpa. Well, Pops was, Gary is called Pops by his son. Tristan, may have picked up on that, but
It's
usually
what it
was,
felt like was
Grandpa, but
Pops.
Pops was on Gary's t-shirts, and where his son works, they all called him Pops.
He called him Pops, so he wants to bring up him, and he wants to thank him. It's like you guys helped him grow up. You supported him monetarily too, he says. He says it meant everything. He gets real emotional again. He felt like he felt lack growing up. Like I don't know where I fit in. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I don't know how, I suppose everybody does. But he figured that out, and then he died. It's like I figured that out. I figured out who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was 2 years before he died. Maybe 3. It's like I figured it out right after high school. then he got it and needed assistance because you don't make money. It's basically like what my son is doing. He's 22 now and he's a recording producer, but it takes forever to get into that field, and you want to follow your passion. You want to do what you want to do, but you also need to make money and move out and be this and be that and everything to the world. And that's where he was when he passed. And he says, but you guys made that easier for him to do because of the monetary aspects of things, and he appreciates that a lot. It meant everything to him because he was able to like follow through with that for a while and do his passion fully. And he would have never been given that opportunity if he wasn't with you guys. So he's very, very thankful for that. Again, says, I love you guys. He was never short of words. Like, he feels like he shows love, he says love, he communicates it well, appreciates